Most people might think daikon is just for soup, yet this glazed steak technique delivers umami-rich satisfaction that rivals any meat dish. Let's unlock this secret together. For a printable version of this recipe, visit my website, just Google daikon steak starchy to find me. Cut about 350 grams of daikon into 3.5 cm rounds. I'm using the bottom half of the daikon today, but you can go for the plump midsection if you fancy an even burlier steak. Next, we'll peel each piece with a vegetable peeler. The thickness is absolutely crucial here because we want substantial steaks that can withstand both the gentle boiling and the high heat searing that's coming up. We're building layers of texture, a tender, nearly melting interior that still holds its shape. Now comes one of my favorite traditional Japanese techniques called mentori or chamfering the edges. Use your peeler to gently shave off those sharp corners of each daikon round, creating slightly rounded edges. This isn't just about aesthetics. Chamfering prevents the daikon from breaking apart during cooking. Those sharp corners, they cook faster than the center, turning mushy and crumbling when they bump against the others. Plus, these extra rounded surfaces help flavors penetrate deeper into the radish, giving you better taste development in less time. Time for a crosshatch pattern. Create shallow cuts about 5 mm deep in a grid pattern on one side of each daikon round. This scoring technique is working triple duty for us. It creates that stunning presentation, helps heat penetrate more evenly throughout the radish, and it looks great when we sear later. Now let's get our daikon cooking. Pour enough water to cover the daikon into a large pot and add a pinch of salt. Start the heat on high and immediately add your daikon rounds. We want the water and daikon warming up together for even cooking. Once the water reaches a rolling boil, reduce the heat and let them simmer gently for a full 30 minutes or until they're fork tender. A knife should slide through with virtually no resistance. You might be wondering if 30 minutes is really necessary. Absolutely. We're working with thick cuts here and I'm aiming for a melt in your mouth texture that makes this dish special. When developing this recipe, I initially tried 15 minutes, but it was too firm. You might notice that my water is a bit cloudy. That's because I'm using starchy water that I use to wash rice. If you're planning to cook rice today, save the starchy water from rinsing it and use that for parboiling instead of plain water. The natural starches will draw out any bitter compounds while enhancing the daikon's inherent sweetness. This is an optional step, but it's one of those little details that can elevate the final dish. While our daikon is getting the perfect tender texture, let's create our flavor foundation. Heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil in a large skillet over low heat and add 2 cloves of thinly sliced garlic. We're cooking this slowly, about 3 minutes, until the garlic turns golden and beautifully crispy. Look at those gorgeous golden chips forming. Carefully remove the crispy garlic chips and set them aside on paper towels, but leave the aromatic oil in the pan. We'll use this liquid gold for searing later. This isn't just flavored oil, this is the backbone of our daikon steak. Plain oil simply can't match the depth we get from this infusion. Next, boil 180 grams of peeled and cut starchy potatoes in salted water until a fork glides through, about 10 to 15 minutes. Drain them immediately and mash while they're still steaming hot. Add half tablespoon of butter first and mix until it's completely absorbed. Season with salt to taste, then gradually stream in 2 tablespoons of room temperature milk while stirring until you reach the perfect creamy consistency. Our daikon should be perfectly tender by now. Drain them by pouring them through a sieve and let them sit in their own steam for a few minutes to dry out. If needed, gently pat them with paper towels, but be careful, they're hot and tender. Heat your reserved garlic oil in a pan of medium heat and place the daikon scored side down. Let them sear completely undisturbed for 3-4 minutes until they develop the deep golden crust. By the way, if you love this recipe, I think you also love my plant-based miso soup recipe. Check the description for more related recipes. Then flip and sear the other side for 2 to 3 minutes. We're building layers of flavor and texture here. While they're getting the beautiful caramelization, whisk together 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of mirin, 1 tablespoon of red wine, and 1 teaspoon of light brown sugar. As always, all ingredients and exact measurements for this recipe can be found in the description box below. Fold this glaze around the steaks, swirl and simmer until the liquid turns syrupy. Turn off the heat, flip the steaks one more time so the patterned side is coated in the sauce, and allow the residual heat to finish the beautiful surface. Place a mound of mashed potatoes on each plate and sprinkle it with dried parsley and cracked black pepper. Top with 1 or 2 glossy daikon steaks. Drizzle with a little toasted sesame oil. Scatter garlic chips. Finish with chopped green onions, a sprinkle of shichimi togarashi, and any glaze clinging to the pan. And there it is, daikon steak that proves vegetables can absolutely be the star of the show. This is honestly one of my top 3 vegetable-centered creations. Want even more delicious recipes? Grab my free cookbook from the link in the description. Okay, let's go over the ingredients one more time. And if you're ready to cook, grab the written instructions by clicking the full recipe box with a picture that's about to pop up on your screen. Here we go, the link to the full recipe is on the screen for you now, and if you want to watch more similar videos, don't miss my plant-based ginger miso soup video popping up on the screen as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.